JP Kallio's workshop of wonders where magic and tools collide. Oh thunder, step inside, let your mind wander. It's JP Kallio's workshop of wonders.
Welcome to my workshop. In this video, I'll be sharing a few examples of the endless projects I've been working on, some already finished and others waiting for their moment to shine. I have material for dozens of videos, so think of this as just a sneak peek at the wonders we'll be exploring together in the future episodes. I love to hear from you, so let me know in comments which of the projects spark your interest and which ones you would like to see next. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. So this large self-made laser engraving machine was originally designed to be the heart of my workshop business, but unfortunately, due to some unexpected events in Germany, I had to cancel those plans and that business. So if you are interested about that story, check out the 5-part video series on this channel where I kind of go into the details of the challenges that I faced. The laser itself is cool. It opens up endless possibilities for making amazing things, so a lot of stuff coming with it. It is not just a tool, it's an adventure itself. Building this machine was a really huge undertaking, and I'll be covering the process in more than one video. While it's not the heart of my own business that failed, it's still heart of this channel, I think, because a lot of material will come out of that thing. It's cool, I promise. Okay, so this project is an intrigue one. It's still waiting to be finished, so I have assembled it, but it's not working. Years ago, I had the idea to build my own turntable using some old parts, and I wanted to try something unique. And I discovered that there are turntable models that don't have like belt at all. It's just like direct drive. And I tracked down one old stereo system that had this kind of system, and I bought it. And I took it apart, and I found out that the engine actually was broken, and that was the only part I really needed from it. So thankfully I found a replacement engine sold on eBay by someone in Italy, even though the stereo was a Swedish one, I think. And I managed to snag it, and that was a relief. And at the same time, I had this antique sewing machine table with the wooden cover and a pedal that you run it in the bottom, and it was just a decoration, so I thought that why don't I combine these two. And I removed the hatch and covering the table like in the picture, and the combination looks really kind of cool vintage thing. And the pedal in the bottom is good now. It's used to store the albums, so I'll be finishing that. It's a project coming up. Yeah. This project is one of my favorite steampunk home brewery built from repurposed parts. It started with large cooking containers I picked up from a local army surplus shop. I modified them, I added holes, valves, and a lot of other custom features, and then built a wooden enclosure to give it a whole steampunk look. It's also one of the first projects where I used a laser engraving machine, which came in handy for creating the control panels and such. The result is a super cool, fully functional brewery that fits perfectly into the unique style of my workshop. But the story doesn't end there, because I want to make future videos where I'm brewing beer and exploring other fun brewery related content, so I can't wait to start to create that stuff. So it is a cool project with a lot of opportunities to make content from. This project takes us back to 1960s, since it's a restoring of these bicycles. Coming from my old hometown, it's the cycle capital of the north, where people, even kids, cycle in temperatures as low as minus 25 degrees Celsius. I wanted to work on something that reflected that spirit and fit to that place, and I even kept still one of these bicycles there, so whenever I visit, I can use it. So I managed to find these two almost identical bicycles, and they were really in a rough shape, rusted, and rims were almost falling apart. And I took all the parts. I took them in parts and completely and sandblasted everything and painted and replaced the rims with new steel ones, added new tires, and even installed like automatic gear. So it is pretty interesting, but it will be different kind of project. Oh, this one, I wish I still had it. It's old I turned it an old bulky pool table into something like really unique. The original table had a real stone in it, but everything else was plastic and honestly quite ugly. And for a few years it lived at my band's rehearsal place, but then I had to find a new home for it, and yeah, inspiration struck. I thought, why not hide the pool table inside a dining table? And after a few failed attempts, I managed to build a beautiful oak table with a removable lid. And inside is a fully functional pool table. And but that's not the only thing. If you flip the lid, you got the huge table perfect for board games, because I built this board game stand on it. So I will be covering that in one video. And yeah, this one. Every man needs to build a boat. That's what I used to joke about, at least. I was taught that about like taking a boat building course, because I knew they organized them in Finland, but the opportunity never came up. But then one day, after many conversations about it, a friend told me that his dad had taken such course and even built few boats. And later, the same friend told me that his dad was moving and could not finish the boat he'd barely started a few years earlier. And he offered me the materials and instructions and everything for a really cheap price, and I could not resist. Then I convinced a couple of my friends to join me, and together we formed this three-man team to take on this challenge. And none of us had any idea what we were doing. Honestly, like 90% of the time we were just staring at the product and discussing what to do next. But somehow, after one winter and hard work, we had a boat. And this is one of the most difficult projects I ever worked on. And it includes some dangerous setbacks and even one near fatal accident. So I will cover those in the videos. And it also covers some other things like boat maintenance, since this boat need to be cleaned and fresh tar needs to be added every spring. So I will document that too. And I also want to digitalize all the materials I have. So the videos of this project will include the materials, so I want to share them and make them really nice. I have to of course translate them to English, but yeah, cool videos coming up, how to build a wooden boat. Something maybe a little bit more simple, and I have to admit that I'm much better building instruments than playing them, and to be honest, I don't even know how to pronounce this cajon. But that didn't stop me building few of these drums, and I'm planning to make more with the laser machine. And goal is to design the drums so that I can share the files and they can be assembled, click together easily. And I want to make different models and play around really with it. So I think, yeah, it would be cool to make different kind of drums using the same basic idea. Yep. This project is a real challenge, and maybe one that will never be finished. It's my 1972 Camaro. And this car has already a new engine, and it can run also on biogas. So if you are curious about biogas setup and why I actually couldn't keep this car in Germany, you can check out the 5 episode series on this channel where I cover those topics in detail. Right now, I'm in the middle of renovating the car. It involves everything from traditional restoration work like replacing rusted metal, updating cables, to some modern upgrades. I'm installing a lot of new equipment, and I'm building a completely new dashboard to it and a central console. And for this, I'm using 3D modeling, precision techniques, and even sculpting virtual reality to create like unique wild shapes that are not normally used in cars. And I mix this with some wooden elements, so it will be very interesting. And there's still so much more I like to do with this car, inside and out, and in engine bay. And honestly, I'd love to live in a big garage with this car so I could work on it freely. So a lot of interesting stuff coming from that car. Alright, so this next project is a short one, I think, and it's a subwoofer I built. And I admit I'm not the expert on stereo equipment, but I could not resist giving this a try. And of course, I had to add my own personal touch to it, to the design, and you definitely see that in the final result. And this is not all. I also built speakers, and the speakers I built are pretty crazy, and they advertise the best speakers in the world. Could that be true? Uh, I just have to say that they sound good, and I went a little bit crazy with them. So you will see that in the future videos if you follow the channel. Okay, next one. This project is something special, a grill place I built at our cabin in the Arctic. It's gone through way too many versions and broke down and built again and again. And main reason still is I packed it with so many features, and most of them just on my own ideas and theories. So I had to upgrade it several times. But in the end, I'm really happy how it turned out. It is built from the natural stones we collected all around the cabin area, and it has a simplified pizza oven that works really nicely. It's a multifunctional grill and a smokeless fire pit, almost smokeless. It works great, and it's cool, and it's in a beautiful location next to the lake on a hill. And this is also next to the beautiful lake on a hill. And this project is from the same cabin place. So on our land we had this old lean-to building, like this roof kind of shelter, and I did not have any use for it. And then I noticed that the neighbor cabin owner has a similar structure, and he's not using it either. So that gave me an idea that why not combine these things and build like a real structure. And this project is underway now, and as you can see in the picture, if I put on the left side of that another building, they are kind of against each other, and if I combine the back wall, I think like 2 meters of new wall, it will leave like a big opening in the front. We will have a fireplace inside, and the front will be covered with 5-meter wide glass door and glass wall and a door. And both lean-tos act as bedrooms. And the bedrooms will have a glass window on top, and you can stargaze or watch the northern lights when you are lying there. So it will be a very, very cool place to stay. Alright, there we go. So this is jouhikko, or a boat lyre, if I pronounce it correctly. So kind of a Viking instrument. And as someone who loves folklore of the north and fantasy books and such, I always been drawn to these kind of old traditional instruments. And when an old friend of mine, a musician friend, told me that he's going to organize a medieval themed birthday weekend, I knew that I had to build one of these as a gift for him. So the party was amazing, very cool, and to my surprise some of the other guests were interested in the instrument. That led me to building 5 more, including one for myself. So this will be something interesting. And the next one, it's a little bit different. So this project is how to make berry liquor, and I just wanted to add it here because I will have all kinds of different projects, so not always tinkering, some are like this. And while I do brew beer, this project is all about creating something unique and versatile, and I love the fact that you could go and pick your berries to yourself and just use them for the liquor. So it's simple to make, and it can be enjoyed in many ways. Winter you can mix it with the glühwein, and summer make cocktails or fruit drinks and such. It's fun. So interesting different project. And this is the final project. I am demonstrating a fake fireplace I built. And after completing this first version, I learned how to make it and how not to make it. So made mistakes and learned. And when I started, I investigated the technology behind these fake fireplaces and the flames. And after some tinkering, I actually managed to make the flames look like pretty realistic. And this fireplace doesn't produce any heat. It's just a nice thing to watch. For this project, I used some old parts again, and I wanted to make a design also scalable. So basically, if you find suitable parts like the glass window, you could just adjust the rest and cut it with the laser machine and click it together. And I want to design it like that. So it will be a very cool thing for. So the next version I will be making will be like that. And with that, we have reached the last project in this video. Of course, if you'd like me to show how I made this video itself with all the AI tools and everything, just let me know, and maybe that's another project in a video. Let me know in the comments which project seems the coolest and what you'd like me to do next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. There's a lot of amazing stuff coming up, and this is just the beginning for me, so help me. And for now, bye-bye.
Kallio's workshop of wonders, the quirkiest place to plunder. Join the fun and don't go under in JP Kallio's workshop of wonders.